Hi guys, welcome back to United Kingdom Crayfish Association's official YouTube channel. You all know me, Mac of the Trapper, the first video of 2019, even though we're actually now halfway through the year, but it's been a busy couple of months, guys. Welcome back to the channel. We're now up here in Stafford, at a private estate. I've had the phone call from the owner, who's actually been plagued by, you've guessed it, American signal crayfish. As you can see behind me, guys, we've got a great lake here. There's another one over yonder. We've also got access to the rest of the fishery as well, which is absolutely fantastic, while wearing Crayster merchandise. Absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to Crayster USA, Mike and Jerry. Hope you're well, guys. Also, big shout out to Nick Shaw. Best wishes on the recovery of your daughter, my friend. I put an advert on the UKCA's Facebook page asking everybody who was part of the UKCA to kindly send their best wishes to you. But I'd also like to extend that to all the subscribers from the UKCA's YouTube channel. If you can go onto Crayster's webpage, guys, or Facebook page, send Nick Shaw your best wishes for the speedy recovery of his daughter after having quite a large operation there. Only a tiny tot of a girl, but she's had quite a major operation. So I'm just sending best wishes and blessings, Nick, to you and the family for a speedy recovery. Best wishes to you all, and I hope things get better pretty quick. Okay, I've just received a shipment as well, guys, of traps over from a Chinese supplier who's seen one of the videos on the UKCA and wants me to test out some of his traps. I'm delighted to say, guys, that those traps have actually arrived, and I'm going to be showing those to you in the foreseeable after I pull the traps in from this lake behind me. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to pull those traps in now. We're going to see what's in there. It's a beautiful day here in the Staffordshire countryside, and as you know, guys, now because the water is now beginning to warm up, the crayfish are going to start to bite, which is absolutely fantastic. So without further ado, let's get that trap out of the water. Let's see what's in there. Okay, guys, this is called the Canal Lake. This is up in Stafford. This has actually been plagued with American signal crayfish. As you can see, I've got the high vis draw line here anchored into the bank, and the trap is right over there underneath that overhanging piece of tree over there, in order to get the crayfish, because in this nice hot weather, guys, they are going to go for shade. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to prop the camera up and pull that trap in, and we're going to see what's in there. Okay, let's pull this in. Doing this one-handed because I've left my tripod in the van. So let's have a look what's in. As you can see, nice long line. There we go. Oh yeah, we've got cray in there. Got crayfish in there. Lovely. There we go. Lovely. Let's have a look and see what we've got in there. Oh, fantastic. As you can see, guys, official UKCA trap with official UKCA bait saver with American signal crayfish nice and happily in the trap. Fantastic. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crayfish in there, guys. Lovely. I'm going to put those in the basket now and move on to the next. Trapping and using sardines in the bait saver, guys. Lovely organic and fresh meat. Massive shout out here to Andy from Morrison's in Birmingham Great Park in Rubery. Thanks for your help today, pal. Really appreciate all the hard work and continued support. Big shout out to all the fishmongers down there. Great team of people in Morrison's. And as you can see, guys, that bait, the freshest you can get in Morrison's, definitely works, because there is a nice big juicy signal. Okay, that's fantastic. Right then, guys, let's get those in the basket and move on. Okay, guys, this is the second trap on the canal pool up in Stafford. As you can see, guys, it's a lovely pool. Stretches on for quite a while, actually. It's about half a mile long, this pool. I'll be putting some more of the official UKCA bait traps in the pool. Like I said, there's a sample arrived from China, some large black traps. I'm going to be showing you those in a moment. But for the moment, let's just pull this trap in. As you can see, guys, with a high vis line, there's our mega peg there. So the fishermen, the anglers, as you can see here, there's a guy at this point doing his fishing, but he knows the trap's here, which is great. So we're going to pull this one in now. We're going to see what's in there. Doing it one-handed. I have just tried to find my tripod, but I can't find the adapter for it, so no problem. Let's just let's pull this in, see what we got. It's heavy, this line. Wow, very heavy. Oh yeah, there's quite a few in there. Just a big flash of the claws there. It's like something out of jaws coming up. And whoa, there we go. There we go, guys. Look at that, fantastic. Great yield in there. Absolutely fantastic. Again, guys, official UKCA collapsible netted crayfish trap with official UKCA bait saver As you can see, guys, they do work. Besides that guy down there, look at him. Good one, that's great. Not too sure how many's in there, so quick count. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that big boy there coming to say hello. Fantastic. Yeah, I want to put those in the transport mobile over there and rebait. As you can see, guys, at the moment we're going to be using sardines, freshly bought this morning. Going to be going to the bait saver. Another big shout out to Andy from Morrison's. And there, guys, is a big crayfish. That's a decent sized crayfish. Not as big as the ones I'm pulling out from the rivers and the lakes, but yeah, not too bad at all. The size of those claws. Fantastic. That's amazing. Right then, guys, let's get that emptied and get it put back in the holding pot for later on. Okay, everybody, as promised, I was going to show you the new range of traps that have been sent over from me by a guy called Tony from Quandang Fishing in China, in Beijing, in China. He's seen one of the videos on the UKCA's YouTube channel, and here they are. Okay, this is the official UKCA trap, the netted trap, as you can see with the UKCA bait saver in. But this, guys, is the new and improved trap sent over from Quandang Fishing that's going to be used for the UKCA on this contract we have here for this lake in Stafford. But like I say, guys, this is a very large estate. There are 13 lakes in total, all of them over 4 acres in size. A lot of crayfish, a lot of traps, a lot of water. So we need good quality traps, and obviously the UKCA has been given the phone call from the owner to come up here and sort out his crayfish problem, which you can see, guys, are in that basket over there. Okay, so what's the difference between the UKCA netted trap and the UKCA plastic trap? Well, the UKCA netted trap, as you can see, guys, is smaller than the usual ones you buy off eBay and other trapping suppliers on online. Reason why, guys, like I said to you before when the traps first arrived this time last year, is so you can put them into places like that over there and under these tree banks. Reason why we do that, guys, is because crayfish will in this kind of weather will hunt out shade and slow moving water in order to keep out of the way of direct sunlight. They don't like sunlight, guys. They will retreat into the bank, and that's where these traps come into their own, because they are smaller. They can be very easily put under tree banks, and they are compressible, as you can see. And in the previous video as shown, they do fold up. If I can do this one-handed, which I probably can't, fold up smaller than a dinner plate, as you can see. So storage for them is fantastic. They are gator mouth hinge designed, as you can see here. They just fold out as on the other coyote traps that I've already used. They fold out and the crayfish just falls straight back out, hook it back on, chuck it back in the water, and away you go. So what's the difference between the new ones? The new ones, guys, are black in colour. They do come in blue. They are hinged in the centre by this metal hinge here, so which is in no way at all going to break. As you can see, that is very strong. It's a very good design. It's also different to the Swedish design in quite a few ways. The Swedish design is flat bottomed, and it comes with weighted parts down the back here, which this obviously can be upgraded to be weighted down, so it sits flat to the bottom. But these aren't flat bottom traps, guys. Okay, these are rounded traps, cylindrical, smaller at the bottom, wider at the top, which means you can stack them as shown there. Like I say, brand new traps arrived this morning, actually, from China. I got the phone call from the dispatch office saying that they'd arrived at Birmingham International Airport, so I drove up there this morning to pick them up, and here they are with brand new bait savers. Again, same design as the UKCA ones. Different colour though, black, but exactly the same. Fantastic, very well designed, very strong, as you can see. Fantastic. You can see the impact mark on my hand there. These guys are a lot better than the ones from Trappy in Sweden, because these guys basically, well, they work. They're very strong, as you can see there. I can push that against my knee there, and it's not going to fold like the other one would. So these are a lot better. Also, inside, as you can see there, the actual inside view, different to the Swedish one. The Swedish trap does not come with barbels on the entrance, as you can see there. These ones do, and the reason why that's been done is so that the crayfish can't climb up and try and get back out. because those rough edges there will stop that from happening. Inside the Swedish ones you won't see that. It's just like a crescent moon kind of shape. So they can actually climb back up and climb back out. So these are actually a lot better designed. The bait saver as well will hook onto the side of the trap here, freely moving around. It won't come out of the hole because, like I say, they've got the barbs there which will actually stop anything from going back out. Again, guys, can't stress enough, always make sure you get your licenses from the Environment Agency. You must display these on all your traps. As you can see, one there and one there. Okay, very, very important. Unique reference, crayfish trapper reference number there and there. Okay, must be displayed at all times. Very, very recommended that you actually put them inside the trap. Reason why you do that is so if you do cast out into anywhere under a tree or a branch or a bank and it gets snagged on a rock when you're pulling your trap in, it's not going to break off and disappear to the bottom of the lake. If your traps do get inspected by the Environment Agency, which does happen, guys, it does happen quite a lot, you can basically say that yep, you're 100% legal. These do meet the minimum requirements of the Environment Agency's dimensions on the CR1 application form that you can get from the United Kingdom Crayfish Association's Facebook page, and they do meet all the requirements, guys. You've got the smaller than the 95mm allowance there. Just because you have the allowance, guys, does not mean that it's a target. Okay, you can have your traps any size, like I say, like that one there, which does fall well under the limits given by the Environment Agency. And like I say, you have to have the license displayed. Always better to have it, like I say, inside the hinged traps or just outside the entrance of the netted traps. Reason being is because if it does come off, guys, it's a chance it will fall inside the trap. Anywhere which is basically shielded, as you can see there on the baited trap. So a bit of common sense involved in all these things, like I say. But like I say, a great trap, fantastically well made. So basically it closes up like so. You've got these teeth as well on here, okay, and as you can see on this design, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side and 4 on that side. So the actual teeth on the trap don't all fall in the same place. Reason why that's been designed like that is so when the trap closes like so, he says, trying to do it with one hand, excuse me, there you go. Okay, once that's been done, as you can see, probably heard that there, it actually clicked into place. That means that those teeth will come through that side and on the other side there. Okay, which means it's not going to come undone once that's in place. Okay, it's secured at the top by this pin, which is very, very, very springy, like so. Okay, and that will basically fit through that hole and hold that trap in place. I'll just do that for you because it's, like I say, it's a bit difficult to do that one-handed. And there it is. Are you? Okay. And as you can see there, guys, once it's all together, it's very, very strong. It's not going to come apart. They're not going to slip. The two surfaces aren't going to slip because all these teeth here stop that from happening. And the actual trap itself is suspended by that hook, as you can see there. So that's basically the new design of crayfish traps that's going to be used by the UKCA. These are actually made from 100% recycled plastic. They are very strong, they are very tough, but they do have some give in them as well, which is great. So they're not wrought if fixed into position. With plastic traps, guys, that's very important, especially when trapping in colder weather, because they can become brittle and they can snap. But as you can see there from the that's the entrance to it there. And as you can see, once those crayfish go in there, they are not going to get back out because of all those points on the inside, which is fantastic. These are actually going to be used as a template for the new metal, the new black metal crayfish traps that we're going to be designed by myself. Because I do like this design, I think it's fantastic. It is very, very rugged. We are going to be moving away from netted traps, guys, because unfortunately when you do get larger fish in there like pike, they will cut through the traps and get into to grab your crayfish. Rats will do that as well if you've got a bit of a rat problem on the fisheries, which unfortunately some of them do have quite bad rat infestations. But you can see there, guys, the actual UKCA trap is very, very similar in size. to the new version available from Guangdong Fishing in China, which is great. Great supplier, great guy Tony. Massive shout out to you, Tony. You really saved my life, mate. Really appreciate you sending these over for me to try, which is wonderful. Also on the back there you can see the hinge, the metal hinge. It's a solid piece of metal out there, guys. Not sure what type of metal it is, but it is weighted at the bottom, which means once that goes in, you haven't got to worry about the trap ending up like this or up tight, because upside down, because once it goes in, it will sink. The heaviest part at the bottom, it will sink nice and flat like so, which is wonderful. Also, like I say, we got Mega Peg there, and we use the olive green paracord, available online from eBay, or other good stock lists are available. So that basically, guys, is the setup of the traps, which is great. So I'm now going to get all those baited up. I'm going to stick them in the water, and I'm going to go and grab a Swedish trap, and I'll be able to talk through the differences with the design from the new batch of crayfish traps available from the UKCA. I'm going to be selling these in bulk. Unfortunately, guys, I can't bring over like 50 or 100 of these. These are actually going to be used now for bulk contracts in the area and nationwide. Minimum order for these guys is between 300 to 500. So if you do get a contract with a fishery that has quite a few lakes and traps in it, please, like I say, these are available. Bulk order of 500 only. Okay, I'll put up a price for that later on, because I'm still in discussions with Tony over in China to find out what would be the best price for that. But like I say, they are great traps, guys. They really are. You can store them well. They don't take up much room. They don't collapse as well as the UKCA version trap, as you can see over there, but they are a lot more user friendly. They're serrated on the inside, as you can see. Not sharp, they're not going to harm the animal, but they're basically, it's an escape proof that we have on that trap. Very similar to the design of the UKCA netted trap, as you can see there, which does actually fold down and fold closed. There's no way any crayfish, guys, will ever escape from that trap. So those, like I say, they are fantastic traps. Use them all the time, as you've seen in the other videos, but we are moving away from them now. We are going to be using this kind of design from now on. So basically we need to reduce the amount of bycatch that we are getting. On the UKCA traps, we do have the again 95mm entrance there, completely legal, as with the all the other traps. Otter guards as well are available. Massive shout out here to Gary Alner, who is the otter guard manufacturer for the UKCA. I am going to be putting otter guards on this trap, guys, so I can be able to show you how they work. But with these traps, like I say, otter guards aren't required, because they are well, they're perfectly legal, and there's no way an otter will get its head in there. Not a chance. I can't even get my hand in there, so there's no way an otter will get stuck. That's about it, guys. So I'm going to get these back in the water. I'll go and get some otter guards for you and fix them onto that trap, because like I say, it was only done for display purposes, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, guys, as promised, these are the otter guards for the netted traps, as you can see there. These are the otter guards manufactured by Gary Alner from Gary Alner Angling. Massive shout out to him. He is the official manufacturer of all parts for the UKCA. He will be making the metal traps for me based on this design, as you can see here. I will be taking photographs of this and sending all the dimensions for them down to him. And hopefully, because I can see from the video exactly what we need there. But these, like I say, these are the otter guards from Gary. These are priced at £1 each. Now these are fantastic. They're manoeuvrable, they're pliable, they're very strong, but they're also made from PVC coated galvanized wire, which means they're not going to rust, they're not going to rot, they're not going to break. And these guys go around the inlet of the guard, as you can see there. The reason why we do that, obviously, it's a legal requirement from the Environment Agency, along with your license to be displayed, as you can see there, and your trap to be nice and legal, as you can see there. But these must go around the inside of the front, as you can see there. Various ways you can do that. You can either feed it around inside the other plied otter guard, as you can see there, or you can actually just put it around the outside and secure it with 2 cable ties. I'm now going to do that, guys, because like I say, I'm doing this one-handed while filming, so I'll just get that on there and I'll show you what it's like in a moment. Okay, we've just put those otter guards on there, like I say, supplied by Gary Alner Angling in Bournemouth. Huge shout out to you, Gary. Also, congratulations on your son becoming a Royal Marine Commander. Was passed out, I think it was 2 days ago. He absolutely inundated his page with photographs of him, and quite rightfully so. Very, very proud man, very, very proud father at the moment. Congratulations, mate, from everybody at the UKCA. Great to see your son doing very, very well. Great result there, and best wishes to you. These otter guards are supplied by Gary. Like I say, he is the official manufacturer of parts and components for UKCA traps, and will be manufacturing the black metal UKCA traps that are going to be going into production in the early spring and summer. So, guys, there we are. That's how you fix your otter guard to your crayfish trap. And see if I can open that for you now. There we go. As you can see, it's placed just after the inlet ring, secured through the top. You just weave that through the top of the netting there. You can actually weave it all the way through the netting, but it is very, very fiddly. I prefer, to be honest with you, just putting the one through the top, as you can see there, through that bit of mesh, as you can see there, and then just cable tying at all the other different intervals there to make sure it's nice and secure. As you can see, it's nice and secure. I can't even get my fist into there, which means, guys, that guarantees that these traps now are 100% legal. You've got one on that entrance there, and you've got another one at that entrance there. Okay, that's been done to basically guarantee that large predatory fish and otters cannot get into these traps. You must have otter guards on your traps, guys. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, if there's not otters in the area, why do I need otter guards? Well, the reason why you need otter guards is because it's legal compliant. It's legally compliant that you must show your license, as you can see there, and you must have otter guards on your traps, as you can see there and there. That trap now is 100% legal. It meets all the requirements as laid out in the CR1 application for the Environments Agency, and is 100% legal and 100% compliant. These otter guards are priced at £1, including with 50 pence postage and packaging. Obviously, the more you buy, the more you save. You'll need obviously two per trap. So £2.50, I believe, is the price that Gary charges per pair of otter guards. But guys, they are very, very crucial. If your traps don't comply to the Environments Agency's specifications, and your otter guards aren't visible, and God forbid you have an otter or a smaller otter, like a baby otter, go into your trap and can't get out and drowns, and you get inspected by the Environments Agency, which does happen. It does happen, guys. It really, really does. Mine have been inspected before that passed, which is why I'm telling you exactly what to do. And if, like I say, if you get a smaller otter inside your traps and drowns, you are looking at prison time. Okay, they do not like it at all. Otters are a protected species in the UK. They're wonderful animals. They are the bane of some fisheries' existence. They will jump into their lakes. They will take out their prize carp. But there are measures that fisheries can take, like otter fences around the fishery, hidden from view. I do believe that there's one over in that hill over the back there, and it's electrified, and that's basically to keep otters out of the water, so the carp are nice and safe. And our job obviously is to get the crayfish out of the water using legal traps like so. So like I say, that's what you need to do. Okay, your traps must be legal. They must comply with the rules and the regulations as set out in the CR1 form at all times. That's about it, guys. Okay, so we're going to be getting these new versions of the UKCA traps in the water, complete with Megapeg, as you can see over there, and we're going to be basing out this entire lake. I do have another 13 lakes to get round, and I will be filming while I'm pulling out of there, because I can guarantee in this heat, guys, we're going to be pulling out a lot of crayfish. So without further ado, I'll crack on and see you in a moment. Hello everybody, welcome back. I've just put all those black crayfish traps out in the canal lake and the other lake that's next to it. It's a lot of hard work, guys. I had to go tramping through all sorts of different foliage just to stop the traps from getting stolen. Unfortunately, this does happen on quite a few fisheries in the area. You get people pull the traps in. Oh, let's have a look at what's in there. Up they come. That's great. They nick the crayfish, they nick the trap. Why people do it, who knows, but it does happen. As you can see behind me, guys, just look at this lake. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Deep in the heart of Staffordshire. I have been asked by the landowner not to disclose where this lake is, basically because he doesn't want the place pilfered. It has got private fishery membership on it. I'm not allowed to say where that is, guys, because I'm under instruction as part of the contract with the UKCA and the fishery. Therefore, under data protection, I'm not allowed to actually say where that is. But I am allowed to film here and show you the crayfish coming out, which is great. So guys, basically we have a very large lake behind me here. It spreads all the way into the distance as well. We must be talking, I'd probably say about 12 acres worth of water here. Very, very large lake, very, very big. Also rammed with crayfish and also carp up to about maybe 25 to 30 pounds. Huge, huge lake, fantastic. So, as you can see, I have actually already decked out this lake with crayfish traps. I'm now going to drag one of those in. It's going to be a Swedish style crayfish trap. So I'm going to put the trap on the deck. We're going to pull the crayfish out. Hopefully there's some in there, and I'm going to show you the differences between the black plastic UKCA trap that's been designed and sent over from Tony in China. Excuse me, from Tony in China, and show you the differences between that trap and the Swedish style trap. Okay guys, so without any further ado, let's get those traps out. It's beautiful weather here in Staffordshire. Let's get those traps out. Let's have a look what's in there. Let's look at the differences that we're talking about between the UKCA plastic traps and the Swedish style crayfish traps. So let's have a look and see what the differences are. Okay guys, we're at the first peg now on this lake. Like I said, I've got about 25 to 30 crayfish traps spread all around this lake here. As you can see from behind me guys, this is a beautiful piece of water. Fantastic fish stocks, but unfortunately massive amounts of crayfish. I have actually trapped on this lake before. I'm not actually, I've been pulling out quite a few large crayfish, but nothing really to write home about, apart from the one big monoclaw as you've seen, which is actually now the official entry for the UKCA in the Big Claw International 2019 with Crayster. Just like to mention as well that competition is open to all members of the UKCA. It's not just open to myself, it's not open just to the other senior trappers or anything like that. It's open to absolutely everybody, any place, any time, anywhere, any age. So please get your traps in the water guys. Let's show the guys in America what we've got in the UK, and let's see if we can win this thing. Okay, that's fantastic. So like I say, I'm at the first peg now on this lake. This is actually a Swedish trap we've got in the water here now, so I'm going to be pulling that trap in, see what's in there, and then I'll be showing you exactly the difference between that crayfish trap and the one that we've got for the UKCA. So let's have a look at that trap guys and see what's in there. Heavy. Yeah, we've got some big ones in here. And that guys is a Swedish style crayfish trap, as you can see there. We have the license, as you can see there, and inside, as you might be able to see, we've got some big crayfish. Let's get that trap open. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there they are guys. Fantastic result. Okay, we've got some big crayfish in there. What I like about this style of crayfish trap, along with the new UKCA range as well, is the fact that you can openly just basically split them in half, pull the crayfish out, and trap and rebait very quickly, very easily. So let's get this crayfish out, let's take a closer look. Yeah, we've got a big guy here. And there we go. There you go guys. It's waving at you. That's just been pulled fresh out of the lake guys, okay, that's fresh, and he's waving at you with his tail. He's actually very soft, which means that the shells have molted. There you go, the shell actually has molted. Because it's now the season after the breeding season. The males then will, and the females will then molt their shell in order to regrow. But as you can see guys, that's a decent sized crayfish, as I'm sure you can agree. Let's get a close up on that picture. That's awesome. Great looking crayfish. I'm now going to show you the difference between the Swedish style crayfish trap and the UKCA version. You got a van behind me going past. Okay. This is the Swedish style trap guys, as you just see me pull out of the water behind me, which is fantastic, great design. And the UKCA version. Two very dissimilar looking traps, as you can see, but with one distinct difference. As you can see at the bottom there, we have the cylindrical entrance, but what can't you see? You can't see barbels, which means the crayfish can and will escape from this style of trap. They are a great design trap. They do work, as you've just seen, but are they on par with the UKCA ones? As you can see there, we've got the serrated edges with the spikes not to harm the animals, but to keep them from crawling out. As you can see there, a bit of a close-up, you haven't got the barbels on the inside. Crayfish can and will escape from there because it's quite hollow, it's quite flat rounded there. They will be able to get a grip there with their claws, they'll be able to pull themselves out. Good design trap, but are they on the same side as the UKCA? I wouldn't say so. They're flat bottomed, as you can see, which means that when they are in the water they sit perfectly like so on the bottom of the lake or the river or wherever it is you're trapping. But like I say, they've got a large hinge here, a large metal hinge. This over time, guys, can put a lot of strain on the actual plastic either side. And as you can see there, I can get a big good close-up of that there. You see that discoloration there on that part of the hinge, which means that hinge is about to go. Once these do crack, guys, they are very, very, very difficult to repair. A lot of the times you're better off just binning them and getting another one, preferably a UKCA one. As you can see the difference here, guys, we've got the locking pins. 5 spikes around that side, which go into the 5 holes on this side, which means when that closes, as you can see, I can move that. It's not going to turn, it's not going to twist. Okay, it's a great design. On the Swedish style ones, guys, they don't have them. As you can see there, guys, that is completely flat. There are no spikes on that at all, which means that once those go together, it can, as you can see, not too good. So what's the difference with the UKCA and the Swedish traps? Well, quite a few. Design wise, the Swedish traps have been in that kind of design for a very long time. They do work. The Swedish still seem to like them, but personally I'm still sold on the UKCA design. A lot more. Okay, it's a lot more user friendly. They can be stacked, but as you can see, guys, we have the spikes around the top there. Okay, the spikes around the top, which fit into those holes, as you can see right there. As it goes together, they form that lock. And unlike the Swedish style, doesn't move, guys, doesn't move, which means that it's not going to slip or come undone. You're not going to lose your cray. And it's also got the barbed insides there, as you can see, which will stop all the crayfish from escaping. Great design. So, regarding UKCA traps and Swedish style crayfish traps, Swedish style crayfish traps are very good, but they do have their flaws. The hinge is far too long. There's too much pressure on both sides of that trap, guys, which means that it's constantly opening and closing, opening and closing, opening and closing. You're going to put a lot of strain, a lot of force, a lot of friction on that hinge. It will break. It's very difficult to repair. Also, when you're pulling it in, as you've just seen me do, I'm pulling the rope in, I'm pulling the rope in, I'm pulling the rope in. It puts a lot of friction and a lot of stress on that one part of that trap, which is why on that one side of that hinge you did see it going quite a bright blue colour, which means that plastic is under stress, it's under tension, it probably and possibly will break. Okay, so regarding netted traps, UKCA bank traps, they always work. You've seen the previous videos, guys, you've seen the size of the holes I've taken out of other traps over in over in Bridgenorth. I do have those style traps on this lake, as you might be able to see on the videos right over that side of the lake over there. There are high-vis bottles on the bank, which shows the anglers where they are. But first trap out, guys, we have, as you can see there, we do have crayfish. That's out of a Swedish style crayfish trap. But the brand new UKCA traps, guys, are in the water. We will be back here tomorrow to look on those, so I'll be doing another video tomorrow. Which ones work best? Is it the Swedish result? Is it the Swedish style traps? Is it the UKCA netted traps? Or is it the UKCA plastic traps? Only time will tell. Okay, we've got a lot of traps to pull in here, guys, so let's crack on. Personally, I think we're in better hands with the UKCA plastic traps, not the Swedish style traps. Let's just have a look at those on the floor down there next to each other and we'll have a look. So there you go, guys, there's the two traps in question. Let's put them next to each other, make sure we've got fair test. There you go. UKCA, a little bit longer as well, a little bit longer, not as wide, but personally I think a lot better made. So we can get a shot there of the insides here. Okay, there you go. As you can see from that inside there, look, you do have the ramp going up, but you just have the barbs on the inside of the trap, which means the crayfish won't escape. This inlet on the Swedish style trap is a lot steeper. It doesn't have the barbs on it either, as you can see, which means that they will escape. I'm very sorry to say. They are wider, the Swedish traps, but they're not as tall. The UKCA ones are longer, but not as wide. So they probably hold the same amount of volume, to be honest with you. But personally, if it was down to myself, which ones would I use? Absolutely UKCA every time. You can see, guys, that the actual quality of the trap is fantastic. It's been very well made, very well designed. These are going to be made out of metal very, very soon. Exactly the same design with the spikes as well. So time will tell. So let's crack on with the rest of the actual trapping. Let's have a look what's in the rest of the traps, and let's pull out some lobsters. Okay, everyone, that's the haul out of 4 Swedish traps. I hope you can see that okay. Some quite decent ones in there, some smalls. He's not too bad. That big fella there, he's okay. Not too sure about the rest. So we've got some small diddy ones in there. We've got some big boys, and we've got some giants like him. Okay, there's another trap here. Again, guys, these are all Swedish style traps, okay? So this is going to be official field research for Crayster. Which ones work better? Swedish style crayfish traps, UKCA netted traps, or UKCA black plastic barbelled crayfish traps. So let's pour this trap in and let's see what's in there. Okay, guys, like I say, another stretch of the lake here. I'm going to be pulling this trap in now. It's a Swedish style crayfish trap, guys. Let's have a look what's in there. Yeah, we got some good crayfish in there. As you can see, with all that pulling, that's what makes that crayfish, the hinge on that trap, quite susceptible to break. But we've got some good crayfish in here. Yeah, we've got some good ones. There you go, guys. There you go. Look at those. Fantastic. See if we can get a better view of them. There you go. Without them falling out, of course. Lovely. As you can see, guys, we've got some good looking crayfish there. Some real corkers. Here's a big fella trying to get out there. Okay, guys, here's some decent sized crayfish. These have come out of a Swedish trap. As you can see, that's a decent sized crayfish. This is also a fantastic crayfish looking crayfish, but what's good about this one, okay, is the blueness of his claws. There's another one. There's a little small guy coming to say hello. The reason why you get the blue on the claws, guys, that's what happens when the crayfish are in highly calcified water. That, guys, is a sign of water purity, and that's what gives you that fantastic blue looking mark on the claw right there. There's a little fella trying to say hello, and that's his big mama there. As you can see, you get the beautiful coloration on that claw. Also underneath the crayfish as well, if I can get this guy to put his claws up, there you go, you can see there the beautiful aquamarine and the beautiful red coloration of that crayfish. If we just try and turn him upside down, there you go. Absolutely amazing, beautiful looking crayfish, wonderful coloration, fantastic size claws there. They're not bigger than the ones that we've already got out of the for the big claw competition, so I'm not going to bother measuring that, but I'll probably say that was about 2 inches long, that claw there, easily. But you can see there, guys, the blueness of that crayfish. That's a sign of very high water quality. There's no degradation, there's no silt or anything on the crayfish at all. Like that part there, those are where the crayfish uses those pincers there to eat. That's where the mouth is situated, just underneath those pincers there. But great looking crayfish, beautiful coloration, absolutely fantastic aquamarine looking crayfish there. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I'll turn him over. There you go. He's getting a bit sick of me now, look. Yeah, all right, yeah, I'll put you back. There you go. And this is a big guy as well. That's a big crayfish. Not a lovely claw on that one. But as you can see, he's got a small claw there and a big claw there. The reason why, guys, is that one's been regrowing because he's probably lost that in a fight. But like I say, you get that aquamarine spot there. That's from the high water quality that we have in these lakes. Okay, so there you go, guys. Some fantastic looking size quality crayfish there. Absolutely amazing. Caught using the Swedish style crayfish trap, but with a UKCA bait saver, which proves, guys, that the UKCA bait savers do work. Okay, I want to go and crack on now, guys, trapping on this lake. There's about another seven crayfish traps to pull in, and then we'll head back over to that lake there and pull the rest of them in. So I'll see you soon. Hi guys, welcome back to United Kingdom Crayfish Association. We had a great day's trapping there on the lakes up in Staffordshire. I pulled in about 17 to 18 kilos of American signals out of those lakes. Absolutely huge crayfish. And also, as you can probably see in one of those pictures, one of them was absolutely enormous. That, guys, we're going to be measuring now. We're going to be measuring the claw for that, because actually I think it's going to be bigger than the one entered for the UKCA entry for the International Big Claw with Crayster. I actually do believe that this is going to be bigger than mono claw. So guys, let's get that crayfish set. Let's measure that claw. Let's see how big that sucker really is. Okay guys, we're now going to measure the claw, and that is a whopping 9 centimeters. That's 9 centimeter long claw, guys. That is big. That's bigger than the mono claw. That is huge. Okay guys, fantastic looking crayfish. Absolutely amazing size claws, you can see there. Absolutely incredible. Definitely the biggest I've ever caught. Definitely, without doubt, the biggest I've ever caught. Sorry about the crudity of the actual recording of this, guys. I'm using my wallet to support the phone here. But that is massive. That is huge. Huge claw. Okay, guys, that's about all we've got time for on the show today. The video is actually used to show you the differences between all the traps that we're using for the UKCA. And that, guys, is what you can trap when you use the best on the British market. Don't get ripped off. Don't delay. Buy the best. Buy UKCA. That's about it for now, guys. I'm Andy Mack, aka Macca the Trapper, and you are watching the official channel of the UKCA on YouTube. Until next time, guys, keep it safe, keep it cray, keep it UKCA, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy trapping, guys. Bye for now.